You ready?
Oh, dude, I was born ready, man.
All right.
You know, we're a little bit late on this one.
Yes. So, what's up? Welcome back. We're, like Brandon said, a little late on this video. I tried to get it out in a timely manner, but both of us, mostly me, just kind of.
Whoa, mostly this guy.
Well, you didn't show up that day. You were
Bullshit.
No.
Dude, you're crazy.
All right, so we finally got the truth. I got 2 pairs. I opened a pair, wore them around for a little bit just so I could kind of give you guys like advice on how they fit and whatnot. And I got one I'm going to unbox in the video, but I got a bunch of other little small things that I want to open up first that have came in the mail since. I've been buying some random shit on eBay, per usual. But one of the things I got is, hold on, a couple DC trophy necklaces, banners, whatever you want to call it. What is it?
Those are medals.
Lanyards, yes, medals. There we go. For 2003 DC Nationals, I guess there was a competition back then in Canada, obviously, per the lanyards. But I saw this on eBay and it's random shit that I don't need but do. It wasn't really that expensive. I think it was like 20 bucks for all 3 of these, so I figured why not. But, you know, of course, me liking DC so much, I had to get this. I should just hang these up outside and it could be wind chimes.
Dude, you got a point. It sounds like great quality.
Yeah. Alright, let me put down most of these. Medals are first, second, and third. This is obviously first. But something random that I needed for the collection. I don't know what the fuck I'll do with these. Honestly, they'll probably end up sitting amongst the rest of the junk in this room. And I'll probably look at these like once every year.
Dude, you're going to forget about those after we film this video.
Watch this. Go ahead and document it now. This is the last time I'll probably ever see these.
I swear to God.
But another thing I got, I like tech decks. I really like handboards. And I went ahead and splurged and bought a brand new inbox tech deck handboard. Birdhouse. Always kind of loved Birdhouse boards, mostly because of their top graphic. Dude, I don't know. Handboards were the shit back in the day. They didn't seem like they stuck around long. I don't know why, because they were huge. I remember going to the skate park and people were sitting like in a circle playing with handboards instead of being out on the actual fucking skate park. Handboards were the fucking best. I don't even know why they don't make them now. Like, the only thing I could think of, I remember trying to figure it out back in the day when they went away, is that maybe, I know if you ever use a handboard, you already know, but doing any type of tricks, you start losing all the fucking like skin on your fingers and they start getting raw. And, you know, obviously with like lots of use, you can flick around a couple times and be fine. But I'm guessing maybe they caught a lawsuit or something one day. I need to look into it, figure it out. I don't know why. I got my phone. I could type in Google why the handboard's not stick around. Look at all, I don't know if you can see, all the old brands.
Damn.
Yeah. The good days. It's crazy. Like, for me, you know, obviously being a nostalgia head, but like old board graphics were very simple. Some weren't, but you know, most of them were. Like this right here is fucking basic as can be. But it like resonates more with me. Like if I see a new board brand, new graphic, something like that, I don't feel like attached to it like I would something like this. I don't know what it is. Maybe younger people look at the new board graphics and love those and feel like these are lame. I don't know. But dude, new shit's hard to get behind. I don't know why. I don't know. This stuff just is sick. I like it when people do like old school reiterations new now. Like Birdhouse does it with some of their board graphics. They'll do like the similar style, but with a new rider they got on the team, and I think that's dope. The only thing that sucks is they usually do like 8.25 in those, and it's too huge for me. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get on to the main thing. First, I want to dive into this because I've been holding this for like 2 weeks now and haven't been able to open it yet. But this is like, I don't want to say the ultimate grail or whatever for a DC collector, but if you love DC, you know about the superhero tours where they wore their matching jerseys. They had the first one, which, toss me that. So this was the jerseys they all wore in the first DC Euro Super Tour. It was very basic. It's a mesh shirt, which is perfect for me down here in our fucking high humidity. But that was cool. It was great, but it was very basic. And then in the second one they did, that was 1997. In 1998, they came out with this one, and it was super fucking hard to come by. I managed to get one, mostly because Tim, another collector, had bought it, sent it to me to let me do a YouTube review, I guess, on it, and then sent it to him. But when I got it, he saw how stoked I was, and he was like, you can have it. And that's fucking dope, because people ask like $500 or something for those jerseys, which is just ridiculous for a shirt. For me, I mean, I know some people can splurge and afford it, but now you don't gotta worry about that, because they came out with it finally after many years. We already recently did a video on these jerseys, I think, didn't we?
They've definitely been in a video for sure.
Yeah. I went over the Palace and stuff, which I had that one I was showing this video as well. Like I said before, just the amount of detail in this jersey is fucking insane. Like all the little striping, the way that DC is written right there is fucking nuts. And then on this one, which is one of the main features, so when they had these back in 1998, you could buy only a basic one, which I have. No name on the back, but in the videos, if you ever watch that, each skater has their name on the back of their jersey, kind of like an actual team. And that was something that was kind of crazy back then, because, you know, obviously in like the 80s, stuff like that, you know, there were skate teams that would wear like matching kind of shit every now and then. Around this time, nobody was doing like a whole team. It was kind of like a play on like a sports thing, you know. These are like kind of similar to a soccer jersey, and it was just, to me, it was something different. I don't know, maybe if you were older than me and you saw it, it didn't matter to you, but to me, being young at the time, it was kind of tight seeing it, because it was funny to me. Like, oh, look at this, DC went and made all their teams, you know, wear the exact same thing, like it's a fucking uniform, and that was kind of funny. I don't know, maybe I'm lame. But this one has Kalis' name on it. It's commemorating his 25th year with DC, which is why the number's 25 on the back. The crazy thing about this is this feels like it's the exact same like material and everything. Like, it feels like I'm holding the original one, which is kind of nuts. I didn't expect that. I thought it would be like different material or some shit. But they went all out on this. They nailed it, dude. It's crazy. I was actually finally able to get an extra large, because the one that Tim had sent me was a large, and I still try to wear it from time to time, but here's the original one. But yeah, as you can tell, this one right here is a basic one that you could actually order. I don't know why they're not like many of these in existence, because like I said, you could order it out of like, I think CCS might have had it in there a few times, but I know definitely on DC's site or whatever, you could get these back then. Another thing, the biggest difference between these two is how tiny this neck hole is. This bitch is a fucking choker. Like, it's hard. It's almost hard to breathe in this.
I mean, that's a plus for you though, right?
No. Yeah, the neck is definitely larger in this one. Then they got Kalis' little tray flip right there. That's a tight little touch. Dude, these are like spot on. Let's see. Yeah, I thought maybe the orange would be a different shade or something, but it looks the same. Oh, you know what? There is a slight difference. The collar is a lighter shade.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit.
Yeah. None of this, I mean, none of it matters, technically, because you would never notice out in the wild. But that's great, because now I don't have to wear this one anymore. I need to buy another one of these, though. These are still out there and available, I believe. They're not selling like crazy. I don't know if it's because they made too many or what, but obviously this isn't everyone's cup of tea either. There's not too many people that like jerseys. But yeah, and let me do this one just as, you know, gotta throw it in there, the Palace iteration of it. They made their attempt. Doesn't have the big DC right there. Kind of similar material. This one's a little bit different. Palace on the back. And they use red instead of orange. But that's enough of that. DC jerseys. These are tight. Oh, yeah. On to the thing you guys are all here for. the Kalis Truth. It's a good thing they put extra space in this box because it seems like USPS had their fun playing soccer with this. Okay, let me do that. So, it doesn't get old. The ice soles are like my shit.
Yeah, that's so sick.
I still remember the first time I saw like ice soles, and it's been stuck in my head ever since. Bro, the fucking smell of these is like so strong. Smell that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Straight out of the factory.
Yeah, dude, if you are a sneakerhead who loves the smell of new shoes, buy a pair of these just for the fucking smell. This shit is insane. Like, I don't know why smells have been a thing for me with like shoes. I do remember the first time I actually went into a shoe store and noticed the new shoe smell. I went to it just for feet with my dad a long time ago. It was actually before I even started skating. It was like the year before I started skating, I believe. We went in there to get some New Balances. And I remember walking in the store and be like, holy shit, like, what's that strong fucking odor? And it was just new shoe smell. And I've loved it ever since, you know. But to me, it was different because getting new shoes was hard back then. I was fucking poor as fuck. And so I would get like one new pair every year. That, I don't know, it's just the excitement of getting new shoes and then smelling that smell. And now it's stuck in me. So now, even with buying all the shoes I bought, whenever I buy a new pair of shoes and I get that smell, it's like that whole excitement feeling again of like getting a new pair of shoes. It's kind of like being back in 1999, I think is when it was. I think I started skating in the year 2000, maybe close to 2001. So yeah, it kind of just brings me back to that time. So every time I get a new pair of shoes, first thing I do is smell them. It's probably weird to some people, but a lot of people probably understand it, especially shoe collectors. Honestly, you know, like I love the one. You know, the Kalis one is great, but this is one of the rare moments in history where the second version of something actually comes out better. Like if you watch like movies, you know, like the first movie is always the best in any movie series. Second one usually is like, whatever, you know, they're just trying to, you know, make money. And it's the same with like a lot of shoes, and the reason being is because a lot of times when the first one comes out, materials are cheaper, it's, you know, it's easier to make the stuff, the style is like was in at that moment, which is what you probably are going to resonate to the most, is in. And then when they make that second one, things have changed. And the styling, like styles are different, whatnot. Like with skate shoes, a lot of the times, some pros' first shoes were like intricate. Especially around 2000, their first shoes were like just crazy. And then the second ones is when skate shoes started getting a little more bland, and you can notice that transition. So then obviously, second, third, fourth models are kind of shit. It's not that way with a few people, like Costin. His shoes started coming out early, so Costin's shoes kind of, in my opinion, got better a little bit. Like, the ones are amazing. They're simple. They were at that time when shoes were simple, and then they transitioned into the twos, which is when they got a little bit more tech, and they were kind of crazy. They're like a nice runner shoe. 3 was great. 3 went kind of more like Jordan style, because Costin's a Jordan fan. I like how we just turned a Kalis video into a Costin video. Let's just start thinking about that. Anyways, but yeah, back on track. I feel like the Truth, Kalis' second pro model, is a step up from the first. I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for that, but I don't know. To me, the 2 is possibly one of his best ones. And I wish I had all the models of Kalis that I have out and about for this video. I've had, like a month to do all that, and I never thought about it till just now. Mm-hmm. But he has had a good lineup of shoes. They didn't really get basic till mid-2000s. Like, he still had, I think up to like the 6 or the 7. No, I think it was the 7, yeah. His shoes still kind of like were similar to this style. He stuck with it, and I'm glad of that because, like I said, you know, a lot of times people, especially companies and then their pro shoes, they started making them more bland, cutting cost, so that way they can make more money. That's just crazy. I mean, look look at all the little details. Look at that heel. Like this little shit right here. This whole panel here could have been basic, and it still would have been an amazing shoe, but they went ahead, went a step further. Even with this little pull tab, like, just details, man. The logo on the tongue, I think this is like called heat transfer material or something like that, but it's rubber that's just stuck to the tongue. Instead of doing stitching or whatever like they used to do back in the day, they would stitch a little thing on. You can kind of see the technology advancing in this shoe. This thing, the sole on this is just, it's, to me, man, it's tight. I love this little arch right here. Little simple thing, but imagine a shoe without that. It just would change the whole look of it. If it was just basic and went down right there, it'd be a different look. And the laces, this is another thing, like, laces make a huge difference. Action, when they brought out these Genesis, it was a tight thing they did. They gave you the options. They had a basic white lace, and then they had like a more tech lace that came with it that you could put in there, which is nice because I like these, I guess what you'd call it, tech laces, kind of like hiking inspired or whatnot. But one thing about this shoe too, which is nice for me, is that they didn't over pad the collars. Like, that's just, in my opinion, normal padding. How a shoe should be, like the thickness around right there, it should be like that. They did add some to the tongue. The tongue's pretty big, but it's nothing like crazy. It does have a basic flat insole in it though. I'm not even gonna bother pulling that out. But look at this. Every angle of this shoe is nice. Side profile, top profile, everything. I mean, there's not a bad spot on this shoe. There's already been, the Thrasher collab came out in this colorway, so it's the only two that are out right now as of this video. I don't like the Thrasher collab one, so I didn't get it. Just the, I don't know, the color scheme, camo, whatnot, I didn't really like it that much. So I passed. But if you are planning on buying a pair of these Trues and you're wondering how they fit, I ordered half down because I know with the Kalis 1s, I ordered a true to size 10, which is what I normally wear. And they fit good, but there's a little bit of room in the toe area. And so I had went half down on a Kalis 1, and I liked how it fit. It was a little more snug, which, you know, if you skate, you know, you like to have like a snugger shoe. I liked it. And so with the Trues, I ordered 9.5. I went half down in them. They fit good. It's a little snug. But I haven't worn these enough to kind of like break them in. And that's the thing with Kalis 1s. When I wore the size 10 for a long time and they started breaking in, they started feeling a little bit bigger. So I think the same is going to be for these. If you guys in the comments have been wearing these for a while, let people know how they fit, because like I said, I got a pair on my feet already. But I haven't worn them long enough to really kind of comment on how they're going to break in and stuff like that. So if you know how they break in, let people know in the comments. That way, when the future colorways these come out, they'll know which size to buy if they haven't bought them already. But I know they have like the white and red that looks really good in these. But yeah, and speaking of which, let's see how they are on feet. Just, man, what we got? These things are sick, dude. But yeah, that's it, man, for this video. Yo, a laced up pair. The Kalis Trues, his second pro model. This is an amazing shoe. Nice airbag in the back. I didn't even really go over that too much. This is sick.
Yeah, the camera really doesn't do it justice at all.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're on the fence about buying a pair of these, just don't be on the fence. Go ahead and buy it. They're 130 bucks, which I'm not going to lie, is pretty fucking steep. But I mean, you got to think about today's market. Everything is expensive nowadays. And to spend 130 bucks on a pair of shoes, it's not bad when this is the shoe you're getting. So much material in this. Such a great looking shoe. I mean, it was worth it. I haven't been buying shoes much lately, and I bought 2 pairs of these because that's how good they are. Normally, like, I've been getting just one pair lately. These are sick. I would have got probably like 3, honestly. But, I don't know, like I said, I'm trying to cut back a little bit, so I don't need 3.
Yeah, as far as like pricing and shit now, like
Yeah.
Bobby and I were just talking about that, like with drifting.
Yeah.
Like teenagers these days can't really get into drifting because these cars are so expensive.
Yep. You need, like,
I was
good...
buying a 240 for like $1,500 and going out and drifting all day. Like
Yeah.
now it's like, bro, you need like 25 grand.
Yeah. That's how it is with everything. Everything's more expensive. I was in Dollar Tree the other day, and this old man was bitching about how it's not $1 anymore for anything in there. Now it's $1.25.
Mm-hmm.
And he was bitching about that. And the lady at the register was like, I forget the exact years, but she's like, that place had been open for like 30 years. And she said in 30 years, over all that time, with all the inflation and everything, it's went up 1/4, which is phenomenal. Like, yeah, why would you complain about that? But that's the thing, like, people do that with skate shoes. It's easy to look back in catalogs and go, oh, this shoe costs $89. Yeah, back in 1999, 2000, whatever, whenever these first came out, I forget off head, but yeah, obviously, sure. But inflation has gone up 100% since then, I think. Is it 100%?
Fuck, I don't know.
Something like that. It's high as fuck. And so to only be an extra $40 for them today, I think that's great. But yeah, that's enough of this video. Sorry it took so long. That's it. DC Truce, man. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sticking around. That's it.
We're coming up on 5,000 subs and
oh shit,
over 500,000 views. That's pretty insane.
That is nuts.
I really didn't expect any of that, to be
No.
honest.
It's every time you like say the views, because I don't ever pay attention to that stuff really, but every time like you bring it up, I'm like, no way.
Dude,
like it seems like nobody watches that much shit. But powers of YouTube, dude.
Right.
All right, guys. I gotta head out. I gotta go get something to eat before I go into work. Peace out.